The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the producers and/or the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of FRC Media, Bristol Community College, or the City of Fall River.
Good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of Table Topics, and it looks like we're standing up today, and I'm looking at the wrong camera. Last time, Carlos and I were both sitting down, and I thought somebody was going to get hurt. The way the seats were, you were slipping and sliding all over.
Yes, I feel a lot more comfortable standing up because this desk it's higher than the other, and so I feel more comfortable just standing, and I can turn around, look at this, and I don't have to fall.
You don't have to.
So, Mr. John,
yeah,
so what's new? Another day?
Yeah, I was just watching the public service announcement that you put out, and I was picking up a few words. So that was kind of interesting. I was picking up a few words.
And
Agora now.
Now, yeah.
And then you said Parabans.
Parabans?
Yeah, which means congratulations,
yes.
right? All right,
yeah.
Maybe something to do with the new year.
Yes.
So I picked up a few words, so I'm getting there.
Yes. I just did, it was kind of a Portuguese announcement on our show, Amigos. And one was wish them a Happy New Year, and that I stopped by here to just to let them know the Portuguese and the Portuguese speaker community could be Brazilian, Cabo Verde, about the mails that we've been getting from the city, which is very important for them to respond. And inviting, if it's a Portuguese speaker out there that want to join me for a show, they're more than welcome to come to Amigos, and we will tape a show. Since that I'm not being taping because Cesar he changed jobs, so you don't have the Tuesday nights available no more. So I just put out there. Maybe somebody's listening to the show and say, hey, I speak Portuguese. Maybe I can go there one day and shoot a show with Carlos. Will be nice because I like to talk to.
Yeah.
You know, any conversation I can. Yeah. I have my opinion.
Doesn't matter what
I'm
language,
Portuguese.
Right?
Having a conversation, like we said last week about the census, I was talking with them about the census and the fact that we got a lot of money based on how many people live on the city. Yeah. And that's money that pays for streets, sidewalks, and safety, and schools, and so we got a lot of money from the states. And the more people that live on the city, the more money the city gets.
Yep. Absolutely.
And we have a big community that not it's. I don't want to say illegal.
Yeah.
They don't have the documents, but they have kids already born here, American citizens. Yeah. And they take advantage because they have breakfast in school, you know what I'm saying? And they have part of the education, it's paid with this money. The parents drive them on the streets to school when it's money from here that gets the poles fixed and everything. So everybody. And I just make sure they understood about the fact of this one. Anybody can, and I advise people to fill in because it has nothing to do with immigration. It's very safe to do. They just want to know how many people live in the city, versus that this one, if you are illegal, you could get yourself in a lot of trouble if you do this. For the fact that some states they're trying to legalize the people not legal to vote, but that could have back problems.
Yeah, could backfire.
Could backfire too.
Yeah.
So even if you can, but the fact that you're illegal, I recommend not to do it.
Yeah.
Just because when one day you're ready to become legal, they're going to investigate, and if that it's on your records, it's a felony.
Yeah.
So you're going to have a hard time getting your
Yeah.
citizenship.
Yeah, and,
So-
and you know what, I'm going to take this second to blame a little bit on the registry. With the registry, when you get a license, they register you to vote. Now, if people don't know that, you know, that I know it's some kind of law in the state legislature, but why do you have that? Because that only can push people, and not push them, but they don't know, so they vote. You know, because you register them to vote. That, you know, there should be something that says eligible, not eligible.
Well,
instead of sending it out to everybody.
And talking about registry and registry of motor vehicles, now with this law that passed that the illegals could get the drive license,
Yeah.
now is, my question is the license just like a regular license? Because, you know, I would like to see one, and
I think that I thought, from what I understood, is if you have you know, that circle on the top of your license.
so
you had to
if
prove-
you are what they call it, real ID.
Yeah, real ID. Yeah.
The real ID they want to pass, I think, starting in October.
Yeah.
Everybody has to have a real ID.
Yeah.
That's the law that passed like 2 years ago or whatever.
Yeah.
They just now they give like a probation of 2 years for people that still need to change license and everything. I did mine 10 days after you remember they closed down the motor vehicles
Yeah.
to change all the system
Yeah.
and all of that. And I went there 2 weeks after because I was due for my license, which I'm due for my license again on April 9th.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, they put this star here. This star means is I have the real ID verification, okay? The real ID. So my question now is for these people that it's illegal, that are getting their drive license. Is the drive license a regular drive license? So when a cop stops a person, how they gonna know if the person is legal or not?
Yeah.
Because you could not get a drive license without a social security.
Yeah. Yeah.
And some of them, if one number it's wrong, they make you go to Social Security, and you have to get a letter from Social Security to say, you know,
Yeah.
that's his real number.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
So
It's-
we went through all that.
Yeah.
So now my question is, do you still need a Social Security to get a license just like this one?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, it can kind of conflict with like federal law. So say you have a driver's license, right, and we gave that benefit or whatever you want to call it. A federal person could pull you over and say, I don't care about that you have a driver's license or whatever, you're not supposed to be here, you know?
Because believe it or not, a driver's license, it's a state ID.
Yeah.
It's not even a city ID.
Yeah,
It's a state ID.
Yeah.
So a state ID is, I mean, it's not here. It's up here.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, yeah, no, it's
I
it's
mean, if it was a
verification.
city ID, the state ID could go over and
Yeah.
had more power.
Yeah.
But now, if it's a state ID, what else going to come over of a state ID?
Probably your passport, right? That's a federal document, you know, that shows you're a U.S. citizen, whether you're
Yeah.
born here or naturalized, you're a citizen. So I don't know. What's interesting, I don't know if you're aware of this, starting April 1st, if you want to travel to the country of Brazil, you need to apply for a visa.
Well, Portugal was not Portugal. The European countries
Yeah.
are doing the same. That you have to. They just want money. They
Yeah.
want you to pay like €3 or whatever. You know, if you're visiting.
Yeah. I just thought that was kind of funny because somebody
Yeah.
had put it on Facebook and people were like, you need money to go in there,
Yeah,
but people can
and
come
you
into
need
our
vis-
country and you
a
don't need
visa.
anything.
Yeah,
You
you
just
need a
walk in.
visa
Yeah.
to go to all those countries.
Yeah.
And because we have that cruise to do in November out of Spain.
Yeah.
I already called the company and I said, do I need to get a visa for all my 30 people on my group, or
Yeah.
what's going on?
Yeah.
And they said, no, you don't, because you're not staying in Spain.
Oh.
You're transiting. So you're going from the airport to the ship, and
Oh,
the
okay.
ship takes you out.
Oh.
So you're actually not spending nights in
in
Spain or anything. If you do, then you probably will need it.
They do it. Yeah, I mean, but I thought I had read that back last December or November, but I was surprised. I don't think it's taken effect yet. Because that was one of my questions when I got the plane ticket. And they said, no, it's not happening yet.
For Azores, you're not going to need it.
Yeah, but later on in the year, it's going to happen.
I don't know if the Azores is going to do it.
Yeah,
you
well,
know?
it's a EU thing, like you said. It's not really, so they have to abide by all the rules, some gathering.
But they're independent. They have their own flag, they have their own, anthem. So Azores, it's kind of a small Portugal outside Portugal. You know?
yeah. So you never know. I would think I would go by the European Union so I can get that money.
So, but it's interesting that the laws it's been changing so much lately, and we just want to accommodate everybody, and sometimes it's not good.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I don't know if you've seen these things online, but they'll talk about the best world passports. So the best passport to have in the world, it's not the U.S. anymore. The U.S. is like far behind. I think it's like Iceland, Portugal, and what they go by is the number of countries you can go in without a visa. You can just walk in with your passport and leave. And the U.S. is starting to dwindle. And now it's probably going to be worse with Brazil.
I saw a video which countries you can get with the Portuguese passport, and it's all the way up there, like 35, 36 countries.
Yeah, it's definitely more than the U.S. I think it was like Iceland, Portugal, and it might have been like Denmark, one of the Scandinavian countries. But yeah, it's just interesting that it's gone. It's going down, which is not a real good thing. I don't think Americans are going there and they're going to stay there. That's why you usually have a visa thing, so people. Because I know I had a friend that was from Turkey, and his mom, to get her to come over here, it was like pulling teeth.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was just, you had to make sure that she was staying with you, this, that, and the other thing. And I'm like, wow.
My sister-in-law came last August, and I think it was like in May or so, I had to apply online. It was like $30 each one to get a visa for her.
Wow.
Because here's the thing: if they come in here, they have 30 days automatically. They have the 90-day. With no visa. You got the 90-day.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, she's single. The kid is 15. Instead of her going in there and questioning back and forth, she don't speak English.
Yeah.
So I just fill up the paperwork. I went right on the government website. I fill up the paperwork, and they ask me where they're going to stay. I give them my address and who they're staying with and everything. And I think took like a week. I got the answer back that she got approved. Wow. So
I didn't think we did that with countries in Europe. I didn't think we did that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So that's then what I did was I text her the copy of the documents, and just in case when she got in. But when she said when she got to the checkout, and they scanned her passports, because we had to send her the passport to them and everything. She said when they scanned the passport, all the documents was already on the screen. So they got everything. They knew that she got the visa to come and everything. So
crazy.
I gave them the date that she come and the day that she was leaving. But they didn't give more than, I didn't give one more day. They gave me the day between those days and this days.
Wow.
And if she don't leave by that date, I probably would got a knock.
Nobody's going to come looking. Nobody's going to come looking.
With my luck?
Nobody's going to come looking.
My luck, the night before, they would be standing outside.
What was the month of December? The month of December, they said 300,000 people walked into the country. 300,000, just that number. That's bigger than Providence, Rhode Island. Providence has, 200,000? So
I think they give the number of 3 million people now.
Over the last couple of years. My thing is that where are these people? Where are they putting these people? Where are you housing these people?
Just go to Boston Airport. You'll see something there. You see some of them there.
No, and in Chicago the same way. So it's just, it's amazing.
So and now something's going on now with the the border, they're putting the wires up. Yeah. Now the wires go up, the wires going to go down.
You got somebody else cutting them, somebody putting them up. I mean, what a way to run a country.
Well, this one needs this one is an emergency. Let's open in the 2 feet so you can get in, and then we close again.
What a way to run a country, right? And the thing is, the reason why they brought that up, because somebody drowned. But they didn't drown on the American side, they were on the Mexican side when they drowned. So yeah, it's just a big mess. You know what I mean? I was telling Michelle before we started here, I was telling my wife last night, I said, I'm praying, I'm going to bed tonight, I'm praying that they don't get us into like our 5th war that we're gonna go into with the whole, we're gonna attack Iran. Why are we attacking Iran? Why are we in Jordan, Carlos? That's why I was like, why are we in Jordan? I didn't know we were there. Mm-hmm. So we need to get out of all these places so we're not getting hit. And you know, but I'm like, that's what I'm going to start doing for the whole week until this goes through. Please, God. You know what I mean? We've got enough issues in this country. Yeah. Let's make sure that people keep their heads.
I don't think they will.
They're going to hit them. They are going to hit them, but it's just going to be a matter of hopefully we don't have anything come back.
They probably, I don't know. If they do, probably they're going to target what they want.
They'll target it. But we've also... There was
not like an open...
No, it's not going to be, but we have all these people coming in from all over the place. Who knows if they're sending people in here?
Oh, they in.
You know what I mean?
They in. I mean, it's impossible. It's impossible that from 3 million people getting in here, that we don't have 10 or 20 or 100,
if not more,
that want to hurt us.
Yeah.
It's no doubt. They're here.
I saw a reporter a couple of days back that was on the Mexican border. I think it was in Arizona or Texas. And this man was walking in, and he's, the reporter's saying, geez, look at this guy coming here. What entitlement? Because I guess he was like acting stupid or whatever. So the guy said, don't act that way with me because you're going to know me very soon. You all are going to know me very soon. Somebody did some research. This guy just got out of a prison in Azerbaijan in the Middle East. And he was a terrorist there. They put him in jail for 12 years because he had all these terrorist things going on in Azerbaijan, which is, I don't think it might be like half Christian, half Muslim, So they put him in jail there, and he's saying, don't act that way because you're all going to know me. So I'm thinking to myself, where is our safety, our public safety people with this? Why aren't they arresting this guy? He just made a threat.
Yeah.
And he just got out of jail in another country.
Yeah.
So,
it's going to be tough too. But something on the news too was I saw something that Biden is sending some law to be approved to close the borders now, and because they realize that number one worries of the Americans are the border. Yeah. So I think he's realizing that even if he didn't do anything, he had to be talking about. And he has to be saying, it's bad, we need to fix it. But on the other side, now we have Trump saying, no, I'm going to do that. You don't have to do it. So you guys don't approve anything that he wants to do. I want to do it.
Yeah, and I don't even listen to some of that. It's like you've had this problem over 3 years, and now all of a sudden it's election time, you decide you want to do something. The law is not
Looks
really...
Looks like he lives in Fall River.
Who? Yeah, I know.
Biden.
Yeah, I know. God help us.
It's the mayor. The mayor is there for 2 years. The election year, it's the year that he wants to do everything.
They all do it. But what I found interesting is with that law is that they won't close the border until 5,000 people come in a day. Then once they come in, then they stop it. Well, why do we have to deal with 5,000 extra people a day? What? We don't have enough people that we need to take care of in this country? The
problem I have with that, closing the border and leaving all these people inside, is the fact that after the closing of the border comes to legalize these people.
Yeah.
Okay? So we're going to start legalizing these people that are here, 3 million. Let's talk about the last 3 years or whatever. 3 million people. We're going to legalize them when we have people that's spending money with lawyers and process for 5-6 years to become illegal, and they're still waiting.
Yeah. And no, the whole system's not fair. That's why if you don't enforce the law, then you have chaos. People don't enforce the laws. This is what we get. We get millions of people coming over the last 3 years. And
the legalization that I would like to give these people is, if you escape deportation because for some reason you didn't pass our safety rules, and you stay in a country, will be no way to a citizenship. Will be always a visiting path.
Well,
you know, you're going to work 5 years. You can stay 5 years. We're going to give you a job for 5 years. But I want you to understand that after this 5 years, we can extend another 5 years and another 5 years, but will never be a way to become legal in the country.
Yeah. Well, and you know what, to get back to what you're saying, not being fair, I don't know if you remember, probably about 20 years ago, the Bristol County Sheriff's Office held people that were being deported back wherever. And I remember there was a big uproar about it, that folks that had come here from the Azores specifically, they didn't become citizens, but they got into trouble, and they were being deported. Now, you know what? That was what the law is. That's what the law is. But like you talk about fairness, that's not what's happening now. People come in we have people that are murderers that they're catching. So it's totally gone. So what you say, I'm just kind of like agreeing with what you say, that people are going through, they're doing the paperwork, they pay thousands of dollars, they're waiting in line 8 years in their country. And you know what? You don't have to do that.
I can tell you in a specific case that I know, a friend of mine, son, that he was not all there.
Yeah.
He was getting money, you know. He was a little bit slow. He was not total, you know, handicapped, but he was a little bit. So the fact that he never had a job, he always had a check.
Yeah.
So one day he remember, so in here he was getting into much trouble with gang friends and everything. So the father sent him to Lowell to his brother, his older brother. So he went to Lowell. One day, he remembers to steal a car police car to come to Fall River. So he puts his lights on.
He ain't messing around.
No, he wants to come back to Fall River. So he puts his lights on, and he jumps on the highway, and he's laughing. Then after in court, he's laughing because the other guys are just saying hi to him, going by him, you know. So thinking that he's going on a call or something. So he got caught. He didn't even got jailed because they knew that he was not all there. But at the end of the day, they deport him.
And how long was he here?
So he went homeless. He went there homeless, and he ended up dying on the street.
And he had probably no family. So I mean, I didn't agree.
And he had no family.
I didn't agree with a lot of that. That if somebody comes here at the age of 2, you know what I mean, and they've had no issues, they don't speak the language, I get it. You know what I mean? And that's how with people coming over the border, they're bringing kids over, I get it. But, you know, we got to stop it at one point.
I mean, I don't know if you remember, about 10 years ago, about a kid that got deported because he stole a Christmas tree. Do you remember? You remember that case?
Remember, but I believe it. They were strict back then. You did anything.
I mean, he got deported because he committed a crime. He stole a Christmas tree. And he got deported. So, I mean, how can we go from this extreme to this extreme? Now everything it's...
They do whatever they want.
You know,
and you probably can attest to this more. I just remember reading in the papers that the government of the Azores was not happy with the United States sending people back that were drug addicts, even though they had been here their whole life, didn't speak Portuguese, only spoke English, and we sent them back. We deported them. I get it. However, they're like looking at it like, hey, this person's been in your country all this time. Don't be sending people back here with bad habits like being drug addicts.
Now that you're talking about Azores, you know the election's going to be Sunday in Azores for president. And the president now, Manuel Bollier, I believe you had a chance to meet him when we went, the first time that we went to City Hall and all of that. So he was the mayor of Ponta Delgada, then he runs for president, he went the president. He's from PSD, Parti Social Democrat.
Okay. Is that
the
Democrat?
party,
is that
party
like a
social
okay,
Democrat.
so it's like a Democrat here?
Yes, kind of a Democrat. And now the socialist is gaining a lot of power again. Remember, Carlos Cesar was socialist, and he was there for 18 years or whatever. So then the country, then the island kind of split and went the social democrat. Now everybody is after him because of COVID. Everybody had problems. It's not the only president that, didn't have problems, trying to, it's something that it was a surprise for everybody. Nobody have a deal with that, So now is the social democrat, the socialists now coming after him because you said you were going to do this and you're going to do that. But what can I do during a pandemic?
Yeah, it's already over with. It's done with at this point.
So. I mean, I don't know. The last time that I talked to somebody, I think they're very close.
Okay.
So it would be very interesting to see who's gonna win, if the Social Democrats gonna stay in power or the Socialists gonna take power.
That'd be interesting. Watch Telejournal, right?
Telejournal. Telejournal.
Telejournal. All right.
You
remember
watch
the
that?
accent.
You watch that?
I watch it I saw the flooding and all that a couple of weeks back.
Yes.
So I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Even though I can't understand, but maybe 10% of it.
At least sometimes they have reporters in places who say, "Oh, I know that.
Yeah.
I was already there."
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well,
so I think we are out of time.
Yep.
And it was another show.
Yep.
Thank you again, and I see you next week.
Yep. Have a good night.